it was the weirdest thing because it kept putting me in a loop, like trying to get into the Hangouts, and then it would say I wasn't signed in, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm signed in. Just let me in.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
All right, so we are recording, so hopefully anybody who's not here will have a chance to catch up. I feel like it's a good way to do it, and it these Hangouts on air seem to work pretty smoothly for me, so hope it's okay for you guys. You all able to hear me okay? I can hear you okay.
I can hear you great. So should we pull up the questionnaires, because that's what we wanted to talk about?
Yeah, the questionnaire, and I think we should pull up the project just to reference, unless you've already got a good feel for it.
Okay, let me.
You don't need to.
Sample project.
Okay, interview questions.
So I think this is just my 2 cents after looking over the questions yesterday. Under the demographics, I think we should include an income part portion of that.
I agree.
Yeah.
So how do you want to divide up the income? I'm gonna make notes unless you want to. I'll just send it out to everybody when it's done.
Okay.
I have it where I can make notes on it.
Sounds great. Let me see if I can just copy. Well, actually, no.
Do we want to say 0 to 25,000? 25,001 to 50? Do we want to go by 25,000s?
Yeah, that works. Just have for income. Oh, is that a fire alarm?
My fire alarm's chirping. I need to change the battery.
Yeah. I know that sound.
Yeah, you picked that up immediately.
Yeah.
And then I'll just put 100,000 plus, or 100,001 plus, if that's okay. So I'm doing 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 100, 50 to 75, and 75 to 100. Or does that sound good? Or
I put 75 to 100 would be good. That's a better way to do it. Yeah, I've got an anonymous orangutan on the interview questions. I don't know which one is on the same page as me.
It's not me, because I copied and pasted them into my note.
And the notes, okay.
OneNote, so I can make notes on it.
Okay. All right. So now I've got 2, and an anonymous neon cat. That's
interesting. You know, yeah. I don't know why it doesn't say a name if the people are signed in. Maybe the people aren't signed in.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm looking at what she's working on. I don't see any picture on mine.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sure that mine doesn't have a picture either. So
it has a big plain old box on it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I put the income as we said. So.
Okay. So do you have it on? You have it open in Docs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. And so you went ahead and entered the income. I'm not gonna. Okay, that's fine. That's great. Okay. And yeah, I see, now I'm in there. I see Aaron Jackson, and I see anonymous neon cat. So maybe that's you in there, Clarissa.
Yeah, I see you.
Okay.
Yeah, I see your face, Laura. So.
All right. Now, the screener question, what does that exactly do for us, as you guys understand it?
So the screener questions, I think, qualify individuals to actually do the other questions. I worked for a call center, and we did this all the time. Even though I worked there for like a month, I hated it. But the the screener questions are basically seeing if this person would actually be able to qualify for us to have substantial information from the rest of the interview questions.
Right. So if they've never eaten at McDonald's, they're really not qualified to do the survey. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And then if so everybody's on the same page. They have to have eaten at McDonald's. Now, what about the answer to you? Do you eat out on a regular basis?
That one I don't think really qualifies a person because that's such a ambiguous, like, what is regular?
Yeah.
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 So do we need a different question there, or like we should maybe say, do you eat out less than 5 times a month, or less than 3 times a month, or more than 3 times a month, or do we need to have a set of values like 0 to 3 or 3 to 5, or how, you know what I'm saying? Do we need to set up a range on that question?
We should try to do away with that question and just not worry about them eating out base, because I'm sure down here somewhere they will talk about how often they eat in the interview.
We could ask something like that further down. Or,
yeah.
So maybe that wouldn't count as a screener question for us.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should cut this and bring it down.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of other questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we really need them all. I think what Brandon did is he used the document that was the sample, and he just changed them to be McDonald's focused.
Right.
It could be that we need them all, but and he maybe did more than that. I don't know, but that's kind of what he talked about doing. And if that's the case, we may not need them all for our particular project.
Right. Do we need to? So after we do the interview questions, do we need to make the report just like how the sample has it, where it's like a paragraph, a super long paragraph?
Well, in my mind, we could do it that way, but I also think we could do it question, answer, question, answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like this format.
I like it fine. So, but the thing is, whoever writes it up, we just need it to be similar. I like the write-up, but I also think if we're looking for an answer to a specific question, it will be hard to find it.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, and I like this I like to do in kind of questionnaire form, so I can like take it to work and be like, here, coworkers, can you help me with a school assignment? Here's some questions I need you to fill out and answer for me, and then that way I can take them and instead of having to sit there and spend a half hour with each person.
Yeah, and that could work. But then we may all need to, what I'm thinking is, like what these people did on this example, they took what they got back and wrote it into a paragraph. And
yeah.
I don't know if we need to do that. Hey, was that yours or mine? Because it sounded like it was in my house.
I don't know.
Oh, boy.
I need to get on my ladder and fix that and see if I can reach it. I have a little two-step stool I need to...
Okay. Well, sorry, that one just surprised me because it sounded like it was right here. But anyway, I don't know what do you feel would be the best format? I mean, we definitely need to get it in question answer format in the first place, but then should we write it into a paragraph like this?
I think we should just do, the question answer, and then that way when we're putting things together in our thing and we want to look and go, okay, so-and-so's person said this, and where was that? Because we thought that was a pretty cool quote to use for some other stuff.
Right. How do you feel, Aaron?
I feel like the question answer is the better way to go.
Yeah.
I do too. I think it will work well. I think it will take a little bit more space. And I feel like we may want to make sure that we're all on the same page about certain questions need to have detailed answers. We may, you know what I mean, need to say detail or explain or something at the end of a question, so we don't get a yes or no on something that we really would like to know. Yes, and this is why,
Right.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that we've got the detail in there if we feel like it's important. So now, what is your go-to fast food restaurant when you're in a rush? I don't know that that's necessarily a screener question for us either, but
I don't think that is either.
but it's something we probably want to know. Where do they go when they're in a rush? Because we're focusing on them being the in the minds of people as the fastest food.
Because I mean, that's pretty much the same question as which fast food restaurants do you consider going to?
Right. So
That's like-
I don't think we need both of those. And also, like, okay, so do you eat out on a regular basis? I think we need to qualify what regular is for them. I think instead of just do you eat out on a regular basis, do you eat out more often than 3 times a week?
Yeah, that works.
What do you think about that, Aaron?
I agree.
Or should we do a couple of things? Less than 3 times a week, more than 3 times a week, or more than 5 times a week or something? I don't know. Do we need to know more than that? What for us is regular?
I was gonna say like once a week is pretty regular for.
And that is regular for some people. So that's why I don't know if regular is the right word. Maybe
How
often?
How often do you eat out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a better.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Often do. Do we want this to be like a range question, like then have like the 1 to 3, 3 to 5?
I would say, how often do you eat out, and give them a range. And then maybe the next question is, how often do you eat fast food out? Or do we just need to do fast food and not how often do you eat out in general?
That's eat out. Yeah, not meat out. Sorry.
I was going to fix that for you, but
yeah. Yeah, please correct anything I do. So
how often do you eat out? Here, I'm going to stick this in there per week. And we should probably say 0 because some people may not.
That's true.
Yeah. I did go to my McDonald's. We have one over in our Walmart the other day.
Right?
Yeah,
That happens. I mean, it's convenient. It's nice, right?
Yeah, it's right there at the Walmart. I wanted to go leave the building or...
So, do we want to say how often do you eat fast food per week or just out in general?
Let's do out in general, then that way we get an idea of how often they go out.
And then we probably ought to find out how often do you go to McDonald's?
Yeah.
Or do you think? I mean...
Yeah.
How often do you eat at McDonald's?
I'll leave that blank. That way they can actually answer the amount.
Do you buy McDonald's for yourself or for your family?
I think that's a good question because some of our target markets, we do say that, our assumption is that they advertise for families, so
right.
We want to see who they're actually buying it for.
Sorry, I'm going to stick in apostrophes here.
Cheers.
Okay. All right, so what do you like most about McDonald's? That's probably good to know because we want to know what their...
Yeah. What characteristics do you like?
Mm-hmm. And I think it is important to know what is your go-to fast food restaurant when you are in a rush.
Mm-hmm. Because it reinforces the impulse buying.
Right. And then, is there one you prefer and why? That's also good.
That is also good.
Okay, so we'll say, I'm just going to say, is there a certain fast food restaurant you prefer and why? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so those two questions, what are the most important factors? And who would you say? I thought it said what. So those
Yeah,
are the same.
that
Yeah.
is.
Okay, so
That's an
what
odd
characteristics do you like most about McDonald's, and what kind of services are you looking for? Are similar to me.
Yeah.
Similar enough, I think we can make it the same question.
Right.
Okay. I'm not gonna say would you say, I'm gonna say who influences your decision when choosing fast food options. We need to get less words.
Yeah. What kind of services are you looking for?
So, what characteristics do you like most about McDonald's? I guess that's not exactly the same of what kind of services are you looking for, because in general, and that's specific to McDonald's. So, do you think we just need to ask about McDonald's, or what characteristics are you looking for in fast food?
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, those just seem weird. Like they should belong to another type of company than McDonald's or fast food.
Well, they probably did.
I
Ones
think we
like
can get
that are important.
rid of those because, I mean, if we look at the next question, what type of fast food do you prefer and why? I think that if the person actually answers those questions, we'll see what services and quality they're actually looking for.
Yeah.
So, are we fine with getting rid of these two questions?
Yes.
Okay. Particularly. Oh, that's qualitative data right there.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Have you had a particular good or bad experience with fast food chains?
Yeah. What did you say about it? I missed.
Oh, it's qualitative data.
Oh, right.
That would be very, very juicy.
Yeah.
Or the wrong dish. Well,
And I know the last McDonald's I went to, they were slow. It was like I just ordered a biscuit and a soda. Where is? How long does it take to make a biscuit that's already made?
Yeah, they're
Right.
they're already made, right?
Yeah. But I realized they were going through a breakfast rush too, so I couldn't be too mad.
Right. But sometimes it's like your fast food, you should have this under control, you know?
Yeah, even if there's only 3 people back in your kitchen and you're going through a breakfast rush because you're in a tiny little Walmart type situation where you don't have a full restaurant with you.
Right. Right.
All right. So, what forms of advertisement attract your attention the most? Do we need this question as well? I mean, I think it's really important for most businesses, but McDonald's is so prevalent that.
Yeah, everybody knows it.
Well, I don't know if it matters, but we could ask it something like,
Does advertising
what
affect
kind of
you?
advertising do you hear the most? What, where do you get your advertising from?
Yeah.
But I don't know if we need that. Do we need that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because.
Because, everybody knows McDonald's. It's like you can talk to somebody from like Pakistan, they'll know what McDonald's is.
Yeah, I know they'll know about McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of our project paper. Do we need to talk about advertising at all?
I don't think so, because it's more marketing, and advertising it feels a totally different animal than marketing. Even though
I mean, I think it's similar. It's just that, like, as a marketer, I would want to know how the advertisements like affect the customer's like view of the company. But I don't know that for this particular case, that for like our target people, I'm just not quite sure if either that's the right question or we need to ask if the advertising affects the
Maybe
customers.
does advertising affect your opinion or whether you select McDonald's or not?
Yeah.
Does advertising impact your choice to go to McDonald's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works much better.
Affect your
Decision. Maybe your decision to go to McDonald's. Yeah, because I'd like to know if what they advertise affects people's opinions of McDonald's,
Right.
but not necessarily what kind of advertising, because we don't really care about that, but we care whether the advertising gets them there. Like
Right.
if I hear that McDonald's has a buy one get one free offer, it will probably affect my decision to go or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it doesn't affect everyone, but
Right.
Yeah. Me, I just chose McDonald's that one day because I was having to be at Walmart and I skipped breakfast and I needed something to fill me up just quickly. So before I got home.
right. But so advertising in that case wasn't really a factor. It just, you know, they were there.
Yeah.
But when you hear the name McDonald's, what comes to mind? I think that's good. It's good to get people's impressions of McDonald's.
How did you find here about McDonald's? That'd be kind of a hard question for people to answer because you probably get the same answers like it's always been here. I don't know.
Around me everywhere I've lived.
Yeah.
But
unless you talk to somebody who comes from like Vietnam or China or some of these foreign countries that come in, they may have a different experience than.
Yeah, and the McDonald's that are across the seas are a lot different than the ones that we have here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear how that's different because we'll get some of that from Germany.
With Misty.
Yeah, with her stuff
Deutschland.
in Germany. Well,
I am more satisfied with these questions now.
Yeah.
I still feel like there's a little tweaking to be done on them. I'm still looking through what would you consider key points of quality service. So,
wait, can you highlight it? Oh, right here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
What would you consider key points of quality service? I feel like there's a better way to say that, or
maybe take out the word key points. What would you consider quality service for fast food?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, what do you consider quality?
Quality in a fast food restaurant. Quality service in a fast food restaurant. And I don't know about what would you consider, like, what makes your visit a quality visit or a good visit? I don't know.
That sounds better than considered quality service. It's like, what makes your visit quality for you, or
something like that. Trying to think here. What are the aspects of service that makes your visit? Well, gosh, it's all getting long-winded. The idea is there. Maybe that's good enough.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe we can post it out and see if some of our group mates have a better idea for that question.
And I can look at that more, and I can probably get better words if I'm not thinking just while we're talking here.
What factors do you stop from getting fast food? That's a good one. How long do you expect to receive your food after you order? That's a good one. What would persuade you to change fast food options or choices?
What would persuade you to change fast food? Well, that's probably good to know.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure why yet.
It sounds kind of clunky too, especially if you're going to ask somebody or have a questionnaire and they're like, can you explain this to me a little bit better?
What would persuade you to change from your normal fast food restaurant, or are we talking specifically about McDonald's or just fast food in general on that one? It sounds like general.
Sounds in general.
Yeah, it sounds like general.
Yeah.
Is that what we want it to be in general?
That is an odd question to have in this.
Yeah, but we probably could just get rid of it and then do something like, what would you, if you choose someplace, what would you,
Like, if you chose somewhere else, why did you go there?
Yeah. It could be someone who was like, I went to Taco Bell because I wanted the taco, and instead of McDonald's because McDonald's doesn't have tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm trying to think in terms of me answering this question, and I guess I would say to this exact question, it just depends on the day and my mood, like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
what's close to me. It doesn't really. So I don't know if that would be something that we would get the same answer on from everybody, because I kind of doubt that everybody just goes to McDonald's or just goes to Burger King, unless that truly is their only option.
We could interesting is, ask, a question about what other choices do you have in your community? Because, as you and I were talking, we only have maybe one Burger King and like one Wendy's here, but so we have a couple Taco Bells and some Whataburgers and a bunch of chicken places.
Right.
And only a couple McDonald's. So it'd be kind of interesting to see,
Maybe we should ask them something like, what are your other fast food options?
Yeah.
So we know what they have to choose from.
Yeah, because, Wichita Falls, Texas, where I live, is going to be totally different than, like, Rexburg, Idaho, or Germany, or wherever else anybody lives.
Guten Tag, Misty. Wie geht's?
Are you there?
Sorry, I'm late to the party.
We're glad to have you.
Hey, Misty.
So, yeah, Misty, we're on the interview questions that was shared, and we're just going over all of the questions pretty much.
So we're just on the Google Doc.
Okay.
And I can... Oh, is there a chat button here?
Ah, see, there is.
Ah, cheers. Yeah, here's the link if that's quicker for you. All right.
She's an anonymous bat.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, purple bat.
So a neon cat and a bat. So just saying, bats that go into your house are freaky. Like,
you have experience with that, huh?
We have had experience with that, and it's the weirdest thing to try to do at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were just talking a minute ago, Misty, about the fact that you're going to have bring in a good perspective of worldwide, how McDonald's presence is out away from the United States, and we're kind of glad for that.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Like, they have, there's no fast food here except for McDonald's and Burger King.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, they have like some burger places you can walk into. They just got a Five Guys, but as far as like drive-through fast food, that's it. And they're popular. I mean, like, McDonald's is pretty full every time I see it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I just thought of a question we might want to ask. Something like, does the fact that it has a drive-through affect your decision? Like,
oh, that's
a good one.
Yes.
Because here in this country, not all of our McDonald's have drive-thrus, because sometimes they're in the malls or in the Walmart or.
Right.
So, do you want me to add that in there? I will.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does the drive-through feature?
impact your decision, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Decision to go there. I'm going to go through these questions and make them better worded, make sure they're all worded nice and kind of in a logical order too, I think.
Yeah,
Is
I
there
think
anything about a playground?
Say that again.
I'm just seeing if there's a question about it having a playground.
oh,
that's
there's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Not all of them do.
Right.
We were talking about, Misty, about taking out the question, how did you find or hear about McDonald's? Because we feel like most everybody just kind of grew up with it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I don't feel
I'm
like
fine taking that out.
it gives us any good information. I don't know. I don't feel like it's a helpful question for our situation.
And instead of having a drive-through feature, maybe because, we should ask what kind of features, because, some places, some McDonald's, as I said, we have a McDonald's in my Walmart here. Some McDonald's have playlands, and then some have those drive-throughs. What we should ask them, like, what features do impact your choice to go to McDonald's? So that way we can get them all there.
We have what characteristics do you like most about McDonald's? So I feel like we can maybe modify that to make it be that question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So should I say
It's
what?
interesting. As soon as we started this project, I got this in the mail.
Say that again.
So,
I got this in the mail. It's a German flyer from McDonald's.
Oh,
Got some weird stuff on it.
they're advertising. Does it make you want to go?
If I knew what some of it was, maybe.
yeah.
I do have a McRib.
Yeah, I get occasional flyers from McDonald's, and if there's a good deal, it'll make me go there and buy it. Eventually, I like all. It may not
A hot
be
dog.
that day.
There's a hot dog.
That's a hot dog.
Yeah.
It's a bratwurst or a Wiener Schnitzel or a.
It's a hot dog.
I thought it'd be kind of fun here in the States if some of these fast food companies would do some international stuff on their menus so we can experience it.
What did they even call it? Do they call it Heishhund?
Do they call what?
The hot dog, like hot
No,
dog.
it says hot dog.
Oh, okay. 'Cause,
Hot dog.
okay, yeah.
We have hot dogs here.
I was
And it's
gonna
not
say,
the same as a bratwurst. It's a hot dog.
yeah.
That's interesting.
But Germany's known for their sausages.
Yeah, which are good, but I don't know about the hot dog.
Yeah.
A hot dog.
But I need to try it, like for science. I can do that.
I eat for science. I like that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's my dream job, guys.
Well, and I'm just looking at this flyer. It referenced the app. I don't know if is that something we?
You know,
Did you see that?
they're really pushing their app right now. And I have my sister and my mom who have been getting really great deals. Like they'll get free sandwiches, free fries, free lots of things every week just for having the app.
So maybe we should ask something about about social media and apps, because we are in the computer digital age, and how that maybe affects their. I don't know how to word the question.
Have you ever used the app for McDonald's?
Yeah.
No.
I never have.
I never have. I don't even know how to get to it. So it's like.
Well, I know my son has it and has used it multiple times, and I just haven't had enough space on my phone to add it, so I just haven't put it on.
Yeah.
But I know that they've been pushing it by giving out lots of free stuff, so they want people to use it.
Yeah.
So should we ask that question?
Yeah, like a social media app type question, because, and see.
Have you ever used the McDonald's app?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, now, does the drive-through feature impact your decision to go there? We also have that question up earlier. Where's the features one? What features do you like most about McDonald's? We need to put those together probably, but also I'm not sure we need to ask both of them. Is there a way to ask that?
I like the features one better than the drive-through, because in that way people can say, hey, I like the fact that.
So I'm going to put in here, like, drive-through.
Playland.
Slash play.
Say that again.
Playland, that's what they call their playground there. Right, I've eaten too many McDonald's in my life.
Yeah, I have to. So, drive-through, Playland. What are some other features like?
The store ones where they're like in Walmart or at the mall.
Yeah, some have like tables outside where you could eat, but I mean that was just where I was at.
Well, some have the I haven't mentioned, but don't some of them have the new automated like burger thing? You can customize. Is it like a kiosk or something? I saw one in Utah, I thought.
Okay, so they have kiosk ordering.
I've never seen that.
Okay, maybe not. What about like Redbox?
What about
Didn't
what?
Didn't Redbox start in McDonald's? The DVD rental?
Oh, Wi-Fi. Definitely Wi-Fi.
Oh, right.
Wi-Fi.
Are you saying having a red box there?
Because I've never seen Redbox at McDonald's.
I thought that's where Redbox originated, was in McDonald's. Is it not?
It could be. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I don't know that Redbox is a feature of McDonald's. I mean, some McDonald's have red boxes there.
Oh, I'm just brainstorming.
Yeah, I mean.
Let me ask this question. Do you want me to interview Germans? Or, because I live in a community of Americans. It's like consulate families. So that's probably who I asked initially, but I can ask Germans if that would help.
Do you know anyone who's German who speaks good enough English to answer? Do you know anyone?
And most
Everybody
Germans
speaks English here, yeah.
If you could get a couple, it would be nice to have that perspective.
Yeah. Because I'm probably just going to go to my job and interview my coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
I actually attend an international ward, so there's probably 10 countries represented at least. So yeah, I can ask whomever.
It would be great if you're able to do that. It would add a good world perspective on McDonald's.
Yeah, and I know my coworkers. I think there's a guy from Vietnam, and he's been in the States forever and a day, and got a few Hispanics on my staff, so I've got a pretty good mix.
And I have a friend who's from England, so I'll be sure to interview her.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
let me ask
you. My crew is mostly female, but wait a minute, I work at a hospital. That tends to be the.
Maybe you covered this. So when we're starting to interview, the first question, if they say I don't eat at McDonald's, I mean, does that count as one? Are we going to interview? Am I moving on to another person?
I feel like if they haven't ever eaten at McDonald's, I feel like we need to not interview them. And
or like once last year or something.
Say that again.
I mean, are we trying to target a certain frequency so we can get more information?
I don't know. What do you think, guys? I feel like they need to have eaten at McDonald's within the last year.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think beyond that, it'd be interesting to find
Okay.
perspectives too.
So have you, I'm just going to say, have you eaten at McDonald's in the last year? How about that? I mean,
Yeah.
do you feel like that's important
Yes.
for this? Because I feel like it is. And if they haven't, we need to try and find 5 who have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those look good.
Yes.
Now, what's this box doing on here?
I don't know what this box is for.
I have no clue either.
It's been bugging me because I don't feel like it
Well,
belongs.
It's gone.
Yay!
That works.
Even though we're going to have to put these up and put them on another document just to.
All right. Okay, so Misty, we asked them how
I have
often
a question.
they eat out per week, just so we get an idea of if they eat out really a lot or not so much. And then how often do you eat at McDonald's? And we kind of thought that they would just give us a number rather than needing a review.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The last one, are you aware of the services and guarantees?
Yeah, we
I'm
hadn't.
not aware.
We haven't done that.
Okay.
But I don't know that we need to know that.
I don't think so either, because, McDonald's pretty much offers the same services from store to store.
I feel like they might have. Now, did I read somewhere? I think I read somewhere that McDonald's has a guarantee if you don't. Who said it? One of the people in our group, I think, in their write-up last week, maybe Brandon even, said something like, if you don't get your meal within a certain amount of time, it's free or something.
Really?
I hadn't heard that. Let me see if I can.
Oh.
I don't know if I can find it that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember reading that from someone, and I was surprised.
Well, I know some McDonald's do offer birthday parties, because I've been to a couple of McDonald's birthday parties. I don't think
Right? They do.
at every restaurant. Yeah, I had one when I was a child, and then my nephew had one, so I've been to at least 2 McDonald's birthday parties.
Yes, I've been to them before too. Let
Yeah.
me see. Maybe it was.
I'm gonna look online and see what it says.
But I really think that services guarantees, it's probably not needed.
I don't know that it matters for our project.
Yeah, I don't think it matters for a project. If we were going to ask something about that, it'd be like, what type of deals, what type of, extras do you, if you've heard about for at McDonald's? Like the birthday parties, like the, dollar menu.
Okay, so it was Brandon. He said, McDonald's has 2 main points of difference. The first is the point they make to meet the customer's functional needs. They are fast and efficient. They have guarantees that once you pay for the food, the customer will get their food within 60 seconds or less, or the meal is free.
What?
No.
No.
Other franchises lack such confidence in their production process. So, I read that, and I don't know about that. I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
I've never gotten it within 60 seconds, and it's never been free.
Yeah.
And maybe it was a something they tried and when he was growing up or something. I don't know, or maybe
It didn't work.
now.
Yeah, because
I never.
in the beginning of McDonald's, they did have that guarantee but then they only offered like the hamburger and a soda and the fries. Like there was nothing else to their menu.
As there is now.
Right.
But I think it'd be kind of interesting, to see what type of products that people know that McDonald's has that maybe others don't.
So maybe a question like, maybe we should ask them what Did we say what is the reason you go to McDonald's specifically?
You talk about the features up there.
I'm taking away the services and guarantees.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's something we need to know. But is there a specific reason that you go to McDonald's? Is that in there somehow with all of our questioning? Who influences your decision when choosing fast food options? I think we need to know who does.
Yeah.
What are the most important factors when choosing between fast food chains?
Yeah.
I think that's important to know. Is that the right way to ask it?
I think it's fine.
Okay, what type of fast food do you prefer and why? By type, do we mean Taco Bell or Subway?
Chicken, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe some local chain like my Whataburger here that's actually regional.
Yeah. So when we say type, do we need to clarify that? What type of fast food do you prefer and why? Do we need to clarify like Mexican sandwiches, like sub sandwiches, hamburgers,
I don't think we need to clarify.
chicken? Okay. What are some factors that would stop you from getting fast food? How long do you expect to receive your food after you order? Have you ever used the McDonald's app? What would persuade you to change fast food options or choices? I feel like that could be a little bit redundant.
Yeah.
What are some factors that would stop you from getting fast food? But then this is a little different. What would persuade you to change fast food options? When you hear the name McDonald's, what comes to mind, and does advertising affect your decision to go to McDonald's?
Like new products, is that the advertising, like new products? A new item menu?
So
yeah.
Should we ask about that? Is that what you're saying?
We could. I'm just on their website. Do you know what an Arch card is?
It must be a rewards card.
Okay.
But I didn't know about it.
Me neither.
I didn't either.
So Wi-Fi, play places and parties, Arch card.
Hey, they have their new coffee things now, and that.
Oh yeah, we just talked about that.
Recent.
Yeah.
Come out, and does it seem like they're trying to make themselves a name for like a coffee shop with their Wi-Fi and coffee and?
I don't think so, really. What I think they're trying to do is get those kids that would go to like a Starbucks, but because Starbucks is so expensive, I think they're trying to bring those people in and be like, hey, we got coffee that's just as good as Starbucks. Why don't you come here? And
Right. So do we need to ask about that in our interview? Does that matter?
I don't think it really matters in the long run.
Maybe I should say on the features, what features do you like most about McDonald's? Drive-through, Playland. What did I put inside a store? Oh, I need to reword that. Inside, like Walmart. Tables outside, kiosk ordering, Wi-Fi. Should I say coffee?
I don't know about you, but I'm at McDonald's.de, the German one, and they have delivery. Mick delivery.
Seriously?
Do they have that in the States?
Oh,
No, we have something like Grubhub or some of those companies that you can order and bring you food.
They have that too, but it says, where can we deliver? It's on their site, Mick Delivery. I thought that was interesting.
Mick Delivery.
I had never heard of that.
I did. That's one of those interesting things that, being outside the country borders here.
Well, that would compensate for not having a drive-through.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, it looks like some Uber drivers could deliver it to you, like Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
It would be a lot of money, but I guess if you really can't get away.
Yeah.
You really want a cheeseburger.
If you really want to live into your house.
Only in Bush.
You can. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting how McDonald's are different from place to place to place, even here in this country.
Like, I would even think maybe like a city like New York would have a delivery service opposed to like some,
And they might.
more of a suburb.
They might, but I'm sure there's probably. I kind of noticed it when I was in LA 4 or 5 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, that the McDonald's some of these bigger cities are pretty much kind of like Starbucks up in Washington. They're pretty much corner to corner, so you pretty much just leave your apartment, go across the street, get your McDonald's, come back home. It's not like.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, Aaron, what did you post here? McDelivery?
Oh, so yeah, that's the website. That's their delivery service. But yeah, it looks like they use Uber drivers as a part of their delivery
So they
service.
do have it, Misty. They do have Uber drivers. I'm gonna see. I know that they probably don't deliver to me. Let me see. I got it.
She's like, I know what we're having for dinner.
Well, and yeah. Oh, they have one that popped up. Mobile ordering. Let's see. Drive-through interplay place.
Not where I'm at, but
It doesn't say that this is. I mean, there's a McDonald's near me, but does it? How do I know if it's a delivery one?
so it says find out where you can get McDonald's delivered. You can enter your zip code and then you search.
Well, that's where I thought I was because I was on that website, and then I say locate. But where do I do the find? Where's the find out?
Let me.
It's at the bottom. I was at the top locating, but okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it doesn't currently deliver here.
Yeah, it doesn't deliver here or back home.
I don't see it.
It's at the bottom of the page.
I'm looking at the bottom page. I got About Us, the careers, services, community, contact us.
It's above that.
Click on the
It's
commercial.
below the big pictures they have.
I don't see it. I'm looking at the McDonald's webpage and I'm not seeing it.
Did you go where Aaron linked us to? He put it in the chat.
Okay, no, I did not. Let me go this way. That's the wrong one. There. All right.
All right, so my main concern on the questions is making sure that we're covering what we need to and getting the information we need to get without getting too detailed or too much. So how do you feel about our questions? Is there more than we need here? Is there not enough? Do we need to ask something differently?
I think
feel like
it's great.
the wording that needs to be changed around a little bit.
Yeah, they could be grouped together like towards similar questions, but other than that, I think the questions that we have are substantial enough.
Yes. And then if we can do a little more.
Let's see.
Uh,
There's several that are specific to McDonald's, and then there's several that are
general
ones. So
Maybe do the general ones first and the McDonald's specific last.
Yeah.
So hold on a second.
Yeah. Looks like all the general ones are just right there in the middle. Like, what is your go-to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could just cut those and move those.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the first two. How often do you eat out and how often do you eat at McDonald's?
Yeah, to screen.
should those be screening questions? Because
No, I think the first one's a good one, just the last year.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when we're talking about what type of fast food and why, that means like sub sandwiches, Mexican, burgers. So burgers, chicken, sub sandwiches, Mexican. That so that they're clear on what we mean. Is that what we mean?
You can also put probably Chinese because, you know, there's like the Panda
Yeah.
Express.
Okay.
I know not every city has one of those.
Oops. Why is not that in there? Nope. Okay, that keeps wanting to do that.
I'm looking at this McDonald's flyer with my son. He just went there. Interesting.
Okay, so I think I've grouped all the generic questions and the McDonald's ones are left.
Okay.
Bottom.
Okay.
How long? Okay, at fast food. I
What
guess,
about,
huh?
do you think it matters? Like the second to last question looks like a good closing question.
Okay. Oh, when you hear the name McDonald's, what comes to mind?
Yeah.
Mhm.
We can definitely close with that.
I think they look good.
Yeah.
Do we need any more demographic information? Single or married, age, and income, is that good enough?
That is good enough.
Do we need to ask if they have children, or I guess that'll kind of come out in the interview?
Maybe
I think that's pretty
if you're
important.
married, sometimes people are married and they don't have children.
I think having kids is a big factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you're single, you still have kids too, so.
Right. Sure.
So the marital status, you know, only tells us so much.
I think I
I
might.
wonder if having a question about working full time, because I think McDonald's caters to people who are on the go. What do you think about that? Maybe
Right.
working
You work outside the home.
something like that. I don't know. When we use McDonald's or fast food when we are haven't been home or had something to do with our lifestyle. So I'm wondering how you can question that.
We could do it in the demographics. We can say work status, home, part-time or full-time.
That works.
I think that would be telling.
Home, like we could say housewife or home. We could just say home, student, part-time or full-time.
Full time. I think that's sufficient.
Yeah. Of course, there's going to be some people, like at my job, they'd be like, oh, I'm a student and also work full-time.
That's fine.
Which we could, you know, they could do both. They could say they're a student and they work part-time.
Or full-time.
Which would tell us they're very, very busy. But for me, I would put 3. I'm at home, I'm a student, and I work part-time. And I do it all from home. So, I mean, but it gives us a good idea if they're busy.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, if you don't mind, Aaron, I'm gonna put this children thing here as a separate question, and then yes, no over here. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's capiche.
You say capiche?
Yeah, I said capiche. Yeah.
I do not think it means what you think it means. No, it's fine. It just, you used a word I don't hear very often. So, got it. Any other demographics we ought to consider?
Maybe male, female, but or name.
Oh, that could matter.
I think you should add male, female.
Okay. I'm just going to put that at the top.
Because I know some people are going to ask for the person's name, others aren't.
Okay.
Because I know in these interviews, some people used, first person, respondent one, and others used, actual people's names.
Yeah, and we probably will put their name in. In fact,
we could put in the demographics your name.
Do you think transportation has anything to do with it?
Transportation?
I mean, like if you own a car, if you would go out.
Yeah,
maybe
it could. What do you guys think? Do you think that's important to what we're trying to find?
I don't know.
I don't think so. We should put the name too in the demographics. So we'll move all the demographics up before they answer the questions instead of.
Yeah, we might put that first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how. I'm trying to think about the.
Probably not.
I was thinking demographics at the bottom too. That works too.
No, I think I like it better at the top.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aaron.
That's okay.
I'm just stealing it away. There.
Okay, I think they look good. Do we have a time that we're meeting again? Friday?
Do we have time this week to meet again? Is that what you just asked?
Do we have a time that we're meeting again?
Oh, I think we should meet on Friday again, and I think we should have our interviews done by then.
Yeah. Agreed.
Can we do that?
What day, Friday?
Friday at 9.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that means I have to
have it all typed up. Sorry.
If I have to do these questions, I need to take them in either to work, because that's probably the people I'm going to do. It's either work tomorrow or Wednesday, because I'm off Thursday, so I won't be anywhere near people Thursday.
Yeah, today's Tuesday, so we're going to need to get going. I'm going to reword the questions maybe just to make sure they're all clear, and maybe I won't do anything, but as soon as I do, I'll email it out.
Okay, and I'll just wait, and then I can probably take it into work, print up 6 or 7 of them, take them to work, and be like, here, coworkers, help me with homework.
Yeah. I don't think anybody will mind too much. Do you guys feel like there's too many questions to ask? Do you feel like you're going to get people working with us here?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I think it's fine.
I think they're quick questions. I don't think.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that I can hand to my paper to my coworker and say, can you please fill this out for me, bring it to me at the end of shift, and
okay.
They can do, maybe you can do right before shift starts.
Okay, well, I'm going to make it pretty, and I'll send it out in an email, and then we can start, and then the goal, and I'll make sure that everybody who wasn't here knows that this video will be posted for them to watch, and that we are meeting again Friday, and everybody needs to have their interviews done by then.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yes.
All right, thanks, guys.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Chat later. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.